This example is on touching circles. Okay, so for example 1, it says show that the circles S1 and S2 touch externally. So what it means by externally, if we drew the two circles, they touch on the outside and not as opposed to the inside. Best advice for these examples is to straight away find the center and find the radius of each one. So to find the center of the circle, it's going to be minus 6 over minus 2, and then minus 4 over minus 2. So the center is equal to 3, 2. And then from that, we can find the radius, which is equal to g squared plus f squared minus c. So then that's going to be the square root of 2. So that's the center and radius of S1. Then we need to find the center and radius of S2. Do the same thing, minus 4 over minus 2, sorry, this plus 4 over minus 2, and then it's plus 6 over minus 2. So our center this time is minus 2 minus 3. And then the second part is to find the radius, which is equal to g squared plus f squared minus c, and then this time that is equal to 4 root 2. So then the next thing, just to look at what we actually have, first of all, we have the radius of each of the circles. So if we add the two of them together, we're able to get the distance between the two centers. And then also what we need to do is actually find the distance between the two centers. And then if the two of them are the same, then the circles touch externally. So we need to find the distance between the two centers. So it's going to be x1, y1, x2, y2. So it's x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, which is equal to the square root of 50, which is equal to 5 root 2. And then we're going to check, is that the same as when you add S1 and S2 together, the radiuses? So it's going to be the square root of 2 plus 4 root 2, which is equal to 5 root 2. Since both of these are the same, then circles touch externally. Now, if they were to touch internally, the opposite way around, then you would have to be taking the two of them away from each other. You would be taking the two radiuses away from each other, and you'll be checking is the distance from the two centers the same when you take them away. Moving on to example 2. So the circle K has a center and makes a chord of 6 units and the length of the y-axis. Find the equation of K. Now, just to draw out what this looks like, so the circle K, so we're going to call the circle K, it has a center of 4, 2, and it makes a chord of 6 units in length on the y-axis. So the chord here is going to be 6 units in length, so that means the distance from here to here has to be 3. And then it says find the equation of K. Now, again here, just like we said, it makes a chord. So if the chord is going to be 6 length units this way, we know this value of x here is 0. So that means this distance here has to be 4. And then from that, we're able to actually find the radius of the circle. To find the radius of the circle, we're going to use Pythagoras because we know a chord has to be at a 90-degree angle. So it's going to be 3 squared plus 4 squared is going to be equal to the radius squared. So then that is equal to 25 is equal to r squared. So the radius has to be equal to 5. And then it says we have to find the equation of the circle. We have the radius of the circle. So then therefore from there we're able to find the equation of the circle. It's going to be x minus h. So we've got the point hk. So it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, and that is equal to r squared. Simplify it down. So it's just x minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared, and that is equal to 25. Hard part for these questions is to actually understand what exactly are you being asked. To understand what you're being asked, try to make some sort of diagram for the actual question itself.